Before you watch this video, I'm willing to bet you're gonna be wrong on one of these three things. Sales price, up or down. Days on market, up or down. List price to sale price ratio, up or down. Let me know in the comments. Hi, my name is Scott Reynolds. I'm the team leader of the Reynolds team, and this is the Vero Beach, Barrier Island March market report. I'm very excited. We're in the third month. I have 2 months of data and the season has just started. So we're gonna separate single family homes from condos. That seems to be trending pretty nicely and getting good comments. And thank you again for all your comments. Feel free to give us more. So starting with single family homes on the Barrier Island, we are at 229 homes that are on the market. That is up 47% from the same time last year. So every month it's been going up, which is giving buyers more choices. On the homes that are under contract, we put 35 homes under contract during the month of February, which is down 22%. I'm going to explain why I think that may have happened. And on solds, we had 15 closed sales, which is down 21% year over year. And pretty much January and February started off to a little rough start this year with, I know it doesn't, some people are going to think I'm crazy, but the weather here was awful. And usually the weather is like super nice and people are all inspired to purchase. And I think that and some of the pricing has been a little bit higher than they wanted to spend and has caused them to take more time. And we're starting to see a lot more seller price reductions, which is starting to bring more contracts together. So, I think the overall good news is buyers are having more choices. This month, we saw like a little less buyer interest on the pending sales. And the closed sales, we were at 15, which compared to the same time last year, we were at 19. So that was down 21%. For the homeowners that are still trying to, if you're coming to the market, the communications with your agent, the marketing with that your agent provides, and the communications. I'm sorry, this is live. The marketing, the communication, and the pricing is all critical because there's a lot of activity we can see on the back end that can educate sellers on some adjustments that they can make. That includes with photography, videography, and pricing. So let's go into days on market. Right now we're seeing for the closed sales about 161 days on market. That is up 51% from the same time last year. And sales price to original list price is at 85%. So that's a little abnormal. So I wanted to do a little deep dive and I started checking into the specifics of the 15 homes. And there were several homes where I'll give you an example. One listed at $950,000, but it ended up selling for $750,000. And so that dramatically affects all the numbers when you're looking at list price to sale price ratio. And, oftentimes we'll have discussions with sellers that, sometimes when you come out overpriced, you inadvertently help sell other people's homes. And so it sold for $750,000. And one would argue, like if they would have started off at $825,000, could you have sold it for $800,000 and netted more money? So it's not just the time on market. Sometimes you lose the buyer enthusiasm. You lose that fear of loss in buyers. So that's just an example. Whereas I can use another example for a home over in Anglers Cove that came on the market for 1.475 and went under contract within 5 days and closed really close to asking price. So, and it was desirable. It needed some updating, but it was desirable east of A1A but it came and went off the market really quickly. So just two different examples of pricing strategies and probably netting the seller more money. So the 85% list to sale price ratio kind of threw me off when normally it's been 93 to 95% in the marketplace. Then on the sales price, the average sales price was down And I'm going to dive into this, but it was down 34% from the same time last year. And that made me open up, like, why, what was going on? And of all the sales, we had 15 sales, and 7 of the sales were underneath $1 million. So that's going to skew the averages. 6 of them were $1 million to $1.6 million, and only 2 were between $2 million and 2.2. So nothing was 3 million, nothing was 3.5 that closed, and not enough in that 1.5 to 2.5 to bring up the averages. It was weighted down by a lot of the lower price sales underneath $1 million. A lot of people are starting to tear down some of the homes, do drastic remodels because they're in great locations. Our months of inventory based on pending sales is at 6.5 months of inventory. That is about, so that's up over, gosh, that's a huge percent up. It was, this time last year, it was only at 3 months. So that's just because more inventory has come on and a little less buyer interest, which is creating a little bit more, time on market and months of inventory. So if you're the biggest thing is, with a buyer, you have options, you have some choices, and that's the good thing about the market that we're in versus the market that we were in 12 months ago. There was such a big shortage of inventory. As a seller, really taking a hard look at comps and sales and comparables and getting a pricing strategy in line with the market will net you more money. So if you're thinking about putting your home on the market, sitting down and really crunching the numbers and looking at, the offering that you have versus what is available, what's under contract, and what is sold. So moving on to the condo market, the condo market on the beach side has been doing really well. It has some challenges, obviously, but with the average price of the homes that are going up, we're seeing more people attracted to condos, or at least that's my interpretation of it. So for homes that are for sale, there's 146 condos that are on the market. That is up 140% from the same time last year. Under contract, 29, which is up 45%. There's more inventory, so more choices. People are buying them. Sold, there was 30 closed sales. There's a little asterisk to the 30 closed sales because there was a condominium complex. Surf's Edge was brand new. A lot of the condos were built and have all closed, or 11 of them closed in February. So the sales are a little higher, and the amount of sales are a little bit higher because they were under contract like 2 years ago. So that's 11 of them closed, and they were all between $2.7 and $4.9 million. So, but without the Surf's Edge sales, there were 19 condos, which is still up two condos from the same time last year. So the condo market is we're seeing a lot of good activity. And then keep in mind, the same time last year, we only had 65 condos to choose from, whereas now we have 156. Because of the Surf's Edge condos were, I don't want to distort the numbers because of all the sales in 1 month. So I went ahead and removed those to help calculate days on market, because they stretched the days on market because they were under contract for 2 years. And they also affected the sales price list price ratio because some of them went for more than asking price because they did upgrades and stuff like that. So I just want to look at the normal market. Days on market was 81 days without those condos in, and sales price to list price ratio was 90%. And then again, average price, I took those out, and the average price was $995, and which is up 20% from last year. So we're seeing some good enthusiasm on the condos. Months of inventory, we're just over 5 months of inventory on the condos. So that kind of gives you a combination of both condominiums and single family homes. We're starting to see some bigger adjustments on pricing on the listings. So I'm really interested to see how March shakes out. Usually we see more buyer activity, more contracts, more pendings. It's still, as we're recording this, it's right around March 11th. And so it's still a little too early to talk about it. So as we get further in the month, or I may just wait till April and be able to talk about all of those. If I can answer any questions you may have, put it in the comments below or message me directly. I would love to help you out and give you any kind of guidance about selling your home. Thank you so much.